All right, we're going to pick up where we left off in class. We had introduced you to the idea of demand. So we have a demand curve in this picture. And remember, when we draw demand and supply curves, we have price per unit on our vertical axis, and we have the quantity of units of product per time period on the horizontal axis. So Q in the horizontal, price in the vertical. Demand is downsloping, indicating that as the price goes up, people are going to be willing and able to buy less, and as the price goes down, they'll be willing and able to buy more. The opposite is true for supply. As the price goes up, people are willing and able to offer more for sale. As the price goes down, they're willing and able to offer less for sale. So I want to start out this exercise by assuming that we have a price that's up here. Let's suppose that it's at $15 per ride. Okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to follow that $15 out in this direction, and I want to see what people would do, what the buyers and the sellers would do if faced with that price of $15. So at $15, I can look at the demand curve, and that's going to tell me how many units of product the buyers would be willing and able to buy at a price of $15. So it looks in this diagram like that's about 25 or so, in between 50 and 0. Okay, I'll label my origin there. Similarly, if I follow the $15 out to the supply curve, it tells me about how many rides that the Uber drivers would be willing and able to offer for sale. And that's going to be about 75. So we've got a surplus of 50 units, and in that environment, what do we think is going to happen to the price? Well, we've got a bunch of people who are trying to pick up riders, but they can't find enough riders to fill their cars. So they're going to realize that they need to start lowering their price if they want to get fares. Other people, discouraged by the inability to find riders, might just go home. And that is going to cause what to happen? Well, there's going to be downward pressure on this price. So we expect this to start moving down. And as it moves down, this excess supply is going to start to shrink. So this distance right here is less than this distance. And it's less because people have moved down their supply curve here and down the demand curve here, and that has reduced the excess supply. So when is this downward pressure on price going to stop? Well, it's going to stop when the amount or the quantity of this excess supply actually goes to 0, and that happens in this particular picture at a price of $10 per ride and 50 rides being traded between buyers and sellers. So again, when we start at a price above the number 10, then we have an excess supply, and the excess supply puts downward pressure on the price. The excess supply shrinks because the quantity demanded rises, the quantity supplied falls, and eventually we get to this point. This point, by the way, is called the equilibrium, and the equilibrium is a price-quantity combination where the quantity demanded equals the quantity supplied. So it's that price at which the excess supply is exactly 0.